about the interim head, Muhammad Yunus, he is once again stirred diplomatic unease by again treading into the issue of India's northeast region. This time, he was seen presenting a Pakistani general a book carrying what seemed like a map depicting Assam and other northeastern states as part of Bangladesh. And over the past 10 months, prominent Pakistani generals have made several visits to Dhaka. General Mirza's visit is considered very important by the Bangladesh army, which is actively seeking new defense partners, including Turkey and Pakistan. General Mirza's meetings with his Bangladeshi counterparts are being kept highly confidential, but will certainly raise concerns within the Indian security establishment. Your thoughts on that, Suresh?
I think Bangladesh is deliberately doing this. He's deliberately doing it. Even you can make out. What difference does it make that if we show Bangladesh as a part of India tomorrow? It's not going to make a difference, isn't it? It is just a political posturing to see how much we react. And I think we should learn from Modi ji all this, how not to react. When Trump said so many things about him during the tariff thing and about Pakistan, about Operation Sindoor, about 7 brand new planes and all that, Modi ji didn't react. It was left to Jaishankar and MEA to react to it. That is the maturity of it, because they want you to react, and you should not. And this is what is called a provocation. It is a deliberate provocation to see how much you will panic, or how much the Indian, what difference does it make? Is Assam not a part of India today? If we want, we can grab Chittagong tomorrow, and we could have done it even before that, before the independence of Bangladesh. But we didn't do it. It's a mistake at that point. But we leave it at that. The point is very simple. The Bangladeshi government is kind of tottering. It is there purely because of the support of the United States right now. In terms of bankrolling money, in terms of a lower tariff than India on textiles, so that their textiles move to the US. It's a different matter that the Indian textile industry has picked up again. It has found new avenues in Europe and other places. So the Bangladesh government is very clear that what they're doing is basically to provoke India. You have the Pakistani generals landing up there. They never used to do this before. And then you have the Pakistani trade establishment moving in there, trying to give stuff to. I mean, imagine one bankrupt nation trying to help another bankrupt nation. And that is a sad fact. They don't have atta to eat, and they're trying to tell Bangladesh, we'll help you.
Very well
We
said.
need to kind of ensure. We need to ensure that we cut off every economic avenue for Bangladesh that goes through India. We have shut off the pipelines. We have shut off the power. Slowly and surely, we should squeeze them. The jute transit has been stopped. We need to kind of ensure that no other mode is given, even not even through the Mundra port, should be given access, should be given to Bangladesh. We will help Nepal, but we will not help Bangladesh. That's for sure. Because Nepal is a landlocked state again, country, and we need to help them. But Bangladesh is a different case in point. Because see, it's a failed nation like Pakistan. I mean, this has been there from 47, and then again in 71 when we saw Sheikh Mujibur Rahman coming into power. And then what we saw later was that his assassination that happened. And we saw various puppet regimes come and go. I agree with you, Sheikh Hasina was a tyrant, but Bangladesh needs tyrants sometimes. Remember when emergency happened, a lot of people said, it is good that emergency happened in India because the trains were running on time. People are coming to work. Government employees were doing the job. This is what it is. So that time, Bangladesh needed somebody like her. Maybe she overstretched her luck. That's a debatable point. I mean, it happens in every other country. Don't tell me that it didn't happen in Myanmar. It didn't happen in Nepal. It didn't happen in Sri Lanka, by the way, from Jayawardene to the present establishment. Everybody played their game. But we were a kind of a nation that stayed on course with our democracy, with all its flaws. But main thing we need to remember in Bangladesh is that we should just ignore them. Because when you and me talk about it, that is when they get their fuel.
Yeah,
That is when
absolutely.
they get their kind of importance in the international community. It is not that me or you talking will be, President Trump will be watching us, nothing like that. But the point is simple, that more of us tweet, more of us talk, Bangladesh gets its publicity.
Yeah.
Just ignore them.
Indirectly, yeah, indirectly, it's very reminiscent of the way Bollywood, reacts also. See, at many stages, they try to insult Sanatana Dharma, thinking that Hindus will get offended and they will please their own masters who are across the border. So it is very similar to what you just said now.
Amir Khan making Lord Shiva dance in the toilet
Yeah,
in Three
yeah,
Idiots. Did we react to it?
absolutely.
Did we Hindus react to it? No. A few guys here and there tweeted about it. That's it. We didn't do a Sartan pe Juda. We didn't do that. The problem is we are a community, we are a nation, or we are a civilization which is more than 5,000 years old, which has withstood the ravages of time from Ghazni to the British. And we have withstood everything from the Mughals in between. And we have still survived. We didn't become another Syria. We didn't become a Palestine. We didn't become a Lebanon, which is a Christian
Yeah,
country. We were not like Iraq, which was not an Islamic country, became one. We were not like Iran, which was not again a technical Iranian Islamic country, say 200 years ago, but it became one. The onslaught of Islam has actually completely taken over the entire Middle East, so called Middle East, and with it, a few parts of India. If you see Kerala, if you see UP, if you see Bihar, these are areas where the Islamists ruled during the Mughal rule. They couldn't enter Assam, where the Ahom kings ensured that for 800 years the Mughals never set foot, not just Mughals, nobody ever set foot into their territories. We need to appreciate that. Because our history lessons were written by Irfan Habib and Romila Thapar. That's the problem.